Good morning. Welcome back to the Football Terrace. Hit like buttons, subscribe, join our notification group chat right now. Never miss any of our content. It all gets posted in there. You can scan the QR code you can see on the screen. Click on our link below. There's no spamming. It's purely us and the admins that post in there. All your details, of course, are safe. A number of big transfer stories to bring to you. Oh, of course, I want to gauge your opinion. I want to get your take on them. I want to start with Liverpool. It's been a very quiet month for Liverpool so far. Sorry, transfer window for Liverpool thus far. And the story that I came across this morning stated that Newcastle are understandably putting up a fight when it comes to deciding the future of Anthony Gordon. Sources with a view of the situation developing between Liverpool and the Magpies have informed Court Offside that the Reds have begun renegotiating with the club for the England international. Now, we know when we were getting close to the PCR FFP deadlines at the end of June, there was talk that Newcastle may have to sell an important player. That deadline passed, a number of deals were done, and it was sort of put to bed in many ways as, well, it's over now, financial situation is resolved, there is nothing for us to consider. But that isn't always true. There are multiple factors that can impact a club's decision-making when it comes to transfers. And one of them is having a player within your ranks who doesn't want to be there anymore. That's it. No messing, no nonsense, just a player that has had their head turned. An individual that doesn't want to be part of your ranks, within your squad, at your club anymore. And this is always an interesting story because this will be instantly shut down by Newcastle fans. Instantly shut down by Everton fans. In fact, shut down by anybody who doesn't want Liverpool to sign Anthony Gordon. But you know how I operate. I think it's a long shot. I think it's a difficult deal to get done. But I'm not going to disregard the deal. I'm not going to say it's impossible at this particular juncture. But Liverpool have been very quiet. And a few top Liverpool sources have essentially alluded to the fact that they will do business. It's just going to be later in the window. We're already almost in August. So they spoke about August being the time. And could they have been working on this deal? Could they have been courting, whining and dining Anthony Gordon to get him to a point where he's ready to push for a move away? As ever, I want to gauge your opinions. I want to know what you're thinking. And I want to know what you are feeling in relation to this deal. Now, I want to move on to Arsenal and Chelsea. The second source in the space of 24 hours has stated that Arsenal and Chelsea are set to battle to sign the Manchester City forward Julian Alvarez this summer. The 24-year-old is expected to cost £74 million. And as a Man United fan, this worries the living daylights out of me. This is the definition of they just got scarier. We saw Chelsea last night actually attack quite well against Celtic. I know they've been ridiculed for their game, but I stand by what I said in my post-match reaction show, where we went through the highlights of the game. And that's that the approach play was pretty good. It was that final ball and or finishing that really let Chelsea down yesterday. Defending, I think they've got to look at that, but that's another conversation for another day. Julian Alvarez would be absolutely perfect for Chelsea. I see they're linked to a €70 million move for Samu Allardyce. Now, I will admit there's a slight bias here because I know very little about Samu. I'm essentially stating I don't think he's good enough for Chelsea. That's without having watched him play, so I admit there is bias within that. Okay, I'm very, very aware of that. But Julian Alvarez, I just believe he's well ahead. I believe he's light years ahead. I believe he is just on a different level. It isn't everything, but it certainly doesn't mean nothing. He's got that Prem-proven nature as well. He's settled in the UK. He understands our league. He's less of a risk. And when it comes to Arsenal, I know this triggered a few gooners the other day. They're linked to Victor Gyökeres, who I think's excellent. So please don't twist my words or make like I'm saying he's bad. But Julian Alvarez, in my opinion, is better. He has performed more consistently and for a longer period of time at the highest level of the game, internationally, Champions League, Premier League, is more of a sure bet. He may be slightly more expensive, but I believe he is more of a sure bet. So in my personal opinion, I think that Arsenal should be moving. They're a far more attractive club. They are a far more desirable club than Chelsea are at this particular juncture. So go and get it done. If these reports in the last 24 hours are true, so again, you may not believe the news stories, so this could be a nothing burger for you. Boom, I get it, move on. But if they're true, they must act. And the reason why they must act is look at this story that has come out today. This isn't just from RNC Sport. Multiple French journalists have all reported similar stories that PSG are working on a hijack for the Athletic Bilbao winger Nico Williams. There are some that claim that PSG are growing in confidence. You've got to go for it. You miss 100% of the shots that you take. I butchered that one. You miss 100% of the shots that you do not take. And I understand that you're going to get fans from every single club, Arsenal, Chelsea, Man United, go, no. Don't waste your time on players that might not join. I don't like this narrative. I don't like this notion. Forget the banter of being rejected. You've got to take a shot at the best talent, at the best players when it's applicable. Julian Alvarez is that situation. Do you know how hard it's going to be to sign a player like him if he joins a rival club? If he joins Chelsea, it's highly unlikely Arsenal were ever going to get him in his pomp. Whoever he joins next, same goes for Chelsea. You've got to try. Just like with this Nico Williams deal, I've read so many reports of how highly Arsenal and Chelsea and multiple other clubs rate him. Why are they not doing what PSG are doing and trying to steal a march on the deal? And I'll say it again, I'm not saying Barca are broke, but they haven't got the deal done yet. We know they've had financial issues. I'd love to get your views and opinions on that, my people. Now, Sky Sports have reported that talks between Manchester United and Bayern Munich over the transfer of Mazraoui are advancing. And I don't think anybody is surprised by this news in any capacity. We know that AWB is wanted by multiple clubs. We know the deal from Mazraoui to West Ham collapsed. It was reported pretty quickly that Man United were going to jump in and were going to swoop. He offers good attacking prowess. He can play on the left and the right-hand side. And we saw yesterday, just in the pre-season game, as soon as we made those subs, we had a right-back, a winger playing in that position. And, Martinelli absolutely cooked him, and we understand why. It's just about having that cover. AWB is probably going to go. We're looking for more quality on the ball in that position. And I'm really excited about this deal. It's going to be relatively cheap. There's talk of it costing around 15 million euros. He'll be that backup to Delo. He'll be that backup to Luke Shaw. And I think hopefully he's working in that backup capacity alongside Harry Amas. But what I like about him and Harry being the two kind of backups to Delo and Luke Shaw is, firstly, Luke Shaw picks up injuries, so there's going to be opportunities for both of them. But I also believe they possess the technical ability, if they can both stay fit, to actually stake a claim for the first team spot. And I talk about this a lot, and I say that rival fans should be embracing this. I'm keeping the same energy. I want there to be those competition for places as well. But they say it's advancing. They say it's close to getting done. Look, as ever, I want your views. I want your opinions on all of these stories today. Arsenal fans, what should you be doing about your striker options? I know you want Victor Gyökeres. He's excellent. But it's two sources in 24 hours at stake you're going to go in for Julian Alvarez. Which would you prefer and why? Tell me why. Don't just give me statements. Tell me why in the comment section below. Liverpool fans, when it comes to Anthony Gordon, what do you make of this story that you could be going back in for him again? Listen, people, look after yourselves. If you're in the UK, we don't get to say this very often, but enjoy the beautiful weather today. Put some sunscreen on, though. Don't want anyone going to work tomorrow all burnt up, feeling like crap. Until next time, take care, goodbye, God bless, and I'll see you all again soon. Peace!